Sorry, your time's up.
That was brief enough for me. I'm going to keep it as brief as I can. Thank you so much. In all of your non-physical days, have you ever met anyone that can successfully travel from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here, for a living, such as a forensic scientist trying to find out why someone was done away with? So they're doing that for a living and then going home and trying to feel good.
Well, inspiration is inspiration. And inspiration always comes from alignment. And it doesn't matter what the subject is. And yes, it is absolutely possible to see even the things that you would call the most horrific things that you wouldn't want to think about. It is possible to see that from the eyes of Source. You got to understand, we've seen it all. We don't cry at any of your funerals.
That's fantastic.
Your madness and mayhem does not upset us because we know the big picture. We know who you really are. We know that those moments are temporary and really brief. In other words, we understand from the full perspective. And we know that for the most part, you are protected. You are not capable. This is a wonderful thing. Oh, you're really going to like this.
I do.
Oh, you're really going to like this. And we love saying this to you. You know how we've been speaking about if you're focused upon something unwanted, you want to become more general, less specific, slow it down. But if you're focused upon something wanted, you become more specific and you speed it up. So following that physics and that logic and that fact, alignment with Source is a very fast-moving energy. And in that fast-moving energy, your sensitivity to the delicious things of life is just amazing and extraordinary. But conversely, in the disconnection, your sensitivity is muted enormously. You follow that?
Yeah.
Esther was watching something on television one day that was just awful. She said, Abraham, I'm on my knees over this. It's so awful to see. What must it be like for the people that are over there living it? And we said, worse for you than for them. Because Esther was accustomed to being here, and now she's here. So the gap between where she usually is and where she is being in this moment was really, really a strong discord, and she was feeling it deeply. But those people weren't feeling it nearly as deeply. And so what we really want you to understand is it's like the movies you make. You just are so funny. You make movies about animals, and you superimpose over the animal psyche, your human dysfunction.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And you get the animals to feel like you feel in your darkest moments.
But Babe was a great film, though, wasn't it? Come on, even you enjoyed that.
So what we're getting at is, we want you to hear what we've been saying, that in your alignment, when you are seeing through the eyes of Source, we know what you're getting at. When Esther very first moved to Texas, a sheriff called her, and she said, I knew he'd catch up with us soon enough. And there was a murder he heard Esther was psychic. Esther denies it. She's intuitive. She's impulsive. She's a realizer. She's guided. She doesn't want to be called psychic. And he wanted her to help solve this. And Esther said to him, I appreciate the offer, but in order for me to do that, I would have to focus in a place I don't want to focus. I'd have to become accustomed to that vibration. And that's a bit what you're saying.
Yeah.
But those were early days of understanding for Esther. Today, we would say to Esther that if you really understand unconditional alignment, you can find alignment first and then focus on a condition, and the condition does not need to negatively impact your alignment. That's the power of momentum. This was a big conversation to have. How else are you going to be in a world that will not conform and be the way you think you need it to be in order to be happy? You see what we're getting at? You can successfully do that work.
I've been doing it long enough. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I just wanted to know briefly that from your point of view, do you feel that there's a cost from going from like that?
Yes.
That's what I knew you'd say that.
There is a cost, but you don't need to go like that. Go like that and look at that. Stay up there while you're looking at that. Don't let the condition control the way you feel.
Yeah. For sure.
Be really good at discovery. Be really good at mathematics. Be really good at what you do. Be really good at sensitivity. Be really good at guidance. Be really good at that. Don't focus on that. Just be there while you focus on that from there. When you focus on that from there, that's there.
That's the perfect answer, isn't it? That's answered everything for everyone. So I'm really, really grateful that you
Well, then
managed to do
there's
that.
no reason to have any more seminar on this cruise.
Agreed. Thank you
We've
so much.
enjoyed this. This
Thank
is
you.
a really good time for a segment of refreshment.